Spokane's regional leaders are sitting on a nearly $3 million grant from the state to fund a shelter for homeless young adults. The 3-year grant was awarded in August and expires at the end of 2020, unless elected leaders agree on a plan and put the money to use. Spokane City Council President Brian Begg says the challenge, though, is agreeing on a plan.
At the last conversation, the regional partners were not all on the same page, and particularly the Continuum of Care Board. I mean, one, we don't have a plan, and secondly, we certainly don't have broad consensus on a plan.
But city spokesperson Brian Coddington told me they are close to a plan, yet unforeseen obstacles during the pandemic have made it difficult to reach a decision.
The original vision was to have a permanent location in place, and given the timing, the short timeline, and then COVID restrictions and other things, that hasn't been possible to find that location.
Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward believes homeless services are a regional need and should be addressed regionally. She's concerned about the dense concentration of services in Spokane's downtown core and would prefer the new shelter be built elsewhere. So what's on the table right now is building that new shelter in the city of Spokane Valley. But it's going to have to change and update its current zoning laws in order for that to happen. It's expected to take about a year. So in the short term, elected leaders are considering using the grant money to provide 40 to 50 beds at existing shelters.
Now we're back to the problem of putting youth who are at risk and vulnerable into adult shelters. Hello, not a good idea. Don't do that.
Maurice Smith is an advisor to the Spokane Homeless Coalition. He agrees the downtown core is not ideal for a young adult shelter because it's a bad environment. But he says the need for the shelter is too great to be caught up in whether it's in one city or another.
I think the idea of putting at-risk youth closer to a community college, or any college, quite frankly, is a great idea. And if that college happens to be inside the city limits, why would we limit that?
Coddington says leaders are meeting weekly on this. He is optimistic a plan will be agreed on soon. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.